Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're with me again, and it's been a few days. I think since last week I have not uploaded, but I am uploading now, and so life still happens. I've been busy gardening and trying to keep busy with all this nonsense about protests and riots and new countries or new Chaz or Chop, and just the whole thing, the elections, the fact that they are saying our elections will be rigged by this time, mail-in voting, duplicates. It's just a wreck. It really is. Who knows what the real agenda is? But here's the thing. I'm for Trump, and there's solid reasons why. And I'm not with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Yes, all lives matter, period, end of story. And that's coming from someone who's biracial. I can only imagine the anger and bitterness people are injecting into this whole thing and using it as a platform to, just act out and incite violence and, just under all the stuff that we are raised not to partake in, and it all just happens to be surging right around the elections, because people, they can't do this stuff a month before elections. They have to do this now and have a history leading up to the elections. That way they can alter how we feel during elections, so we can't think clearly. But I tell you, I'm going to be thinking very clearly, and I hope you will too. Okay, so I came across a few interesting things on Meghan, and again, sadly, a lot of people are going to be like, well, she's talking about Meghan's going to run for president. Well, she's going to run for something, and I'm assuming with her personality, or the way that her publicist project her personality, that she will want to most likely look at presidency, because I guess she feels that, now that she's, married into British royals, which at one time had a lot, and they still do, a lot of political involvement with the United States. They have vested interest in the United States, and basically Prince Harry's family, talk about the Tea Party. Let's leave it at that. The British were once invading the United States. And with that being said, it's also very clear that they have some type of treaty or special agreement. And I talk about that a lot because I think a lot of people don't know their history. We have been taught wrong in school. We've been given bits and pieces, and those bits and pieces have been altered. By the way, if you can tell, I'm outside on my patio, sitting in the shade. You'll hear the birds and an occasional vehicle going by. Please excuse that. I think the birds, and I'm sitting right in the middle of my garden. A lot of times the birds are all around me, so hopefully that's enjoyable and mixes it up a little bit. Remember, the full disclaimer to this video is in the description box below, but and I know, we always say this every video, this is for entertainment. And these are my views and opinions that I'm sharing with you, because I know you're my tribe and we have a connection on how we think that Meghan is someone that we feel is dishonest, that misrepresents herself, or maybe she represents herself properly and we just don't vibe with that. There's something just off. And so Meghan Markle escorted out of Prince Charles' garden party. Now, it says it's an unearthed video. It talks about and refers to when Meghan Markle went to Prince Charles' birthday, his 70th birthday party. And I remember seeing that on TV, and Meghan was acting all demure and like trying to be a socialite, which she never was. And her acting, she probably saw it on TV, a show or a sitcom or something, where she learned how to pretend to be a socialite, and it's an insult to socialites, because it says that socialites just cover their mouth and giggle and wear the big hat and keep their face hidden and and such on and so forth. And so we saw a lot of acting from a bad actor. And so they're reviving this video clip just when Meghan is signing a deal with a new PR firm or a new, I don't want to say publicist because they are a speaking company. So she is following in the footsteps of Obama and the Clintons, and Serena Williams is also with this agency, the speaking engagement agency. So Meghan has plans, first and foremost, to gain some momentum in terms of speaking. So she's going to be booking her and her husband, well, this agency is going to be booking her and Prince Harry into speaking engagements. Now, it'll be really interesting in the future if we see Prince Harry doing speeches through this agency's booking, or will we be seeing Meghan Markle being booked? Because honestly, folks, I don't know who wants to hear her speak. I don't know. If you know somebody, please let me know. Please tell me who is booking Meghan Markle to speak and about what. Is she speaking to children? Because that is, again, a political avenue. See, because you and I are going up in our years and we're going out into the ethosphere where she is looking for people, and she too is of the age of the 40s. And as far as I'm concerned, it's online. You can research that yourself. And it's my opinion, and it's a general consensus, that Meghan is older than early 30s and mid 30s. Not that that's a crime, and we know that there's ageism, but she's really fighting that tooth and nail so that people don't realize who she really is. Because once you realize who someone is, when you know their right age and their true character, then you can make informed decisions quite easily. And that's not something she wants you and I to do. So we have a lot of hidden things. People are behind these veils. And so now she's doing the speaking engagement company, and they have Serena Williams, and they have the Clintons, and they have the Obamas. Now, we haven't officially seen Obama or his camp officially represent, like really say and to the public, like, here, Meghan is the next big thing. We haven't seen that. What we've seen, if you can take your blinders off, is we're seeing her dipping her toes towards in the political pool, if you will, and she's not even trying to go with anybody who nobody really likes. She's not trying to do that. She's trying to stick with Obama. Most of the people, when he was running, really had an interest in him because it was all about, having a first black president, which again is a lie. There's already been black presidents. You and I just haven't been taught that. Look that up, the real first black president. Obama is also biracial. And then there's issues that his religion, which is neither a concern to me or shouldn't be to anybody else, is other than the typical American base person, Christian or Catholic, and such on and so forth. So, but there was so many things, and he won, and now they're saying they're not sure that he won properly. And so, but he's still beloved so far because nothing is proven. Now, President Trump has a lot of things that he's bringing forward that say that former President Obama is accused of treason by Trump. And there's a lot of things, but if you don't know it about this, you should look into it. So here we have Meghan Markle trying to hook up on the coattails of the Obamas, and they're going to be doing speaking engagements supposedly with Prince Harry, but I really don't know. I would not go to see Meghan Markle speak about anything because I don't believe she's speaking truths. I think she's speaking from a teleprompter or a script that someone has written for her, someone who gets paid quite well. And although Meghan may go over it with a fine-tooth comb or be very vested in that speech, I feel like it's not going to be the person, of inside her, the person speaking from a truth. And so when we look at these things that we're seeing now, and I'm sorry I'm not scrolling as much as I should be. This article goes into how there is an alleged issue where Meghan was escorted out of this garden party. Now, I believe a little bit of it, and the other thing is I think we're going to see. We waited a long time, 2-3 years, for the dirt to be, kicked in Meghan's eyes, or Meghan kicking the dirt in others' eyes. And we waited a long time for the people involved to spill the tea. But I feel like these people are not going to be playing with Meghan. Now, the other thing I want to bring to your attention is that all these stories coming out about Meghan now are really interesting because it only adds to her PR. So you heard the saying that there's no bad PR. I'm not sure that's true, but you be the judge of that. So Meghan's got all this extra PR, and now they're coming out with books, and so this only helps Meghan, and she can defend herself or choose not to. Now, she's not really defending herself because really the money is still rolling in for her. So why does she need to defend herself? She doesn't. Okay, but anyway, this article, I don't want to read it verbatim because it doesn't really make any sense for me to read every article verbatim. However, I think it's important, and I'm sure you already know this, that the real issue is not what this article is the fact that it is adding to Meghan's PR. So there is no bad PR. Secondarily, there's Meghan's book, which I think it's hit the bricks and hit the concrete before anybody really cares, because nobody expects a book that's written by anybody in Meghan's camp, or that anybody that feels for Meghan in a sympathetic way will write any truth. Very little truth, I feel, will be in that book. That's my opinion. However, there's also Lady Campbell's book, which people will feel there's more truth to that because she's speaking from a different view. She's giving a different view that we, the people, haven't heard officially yet. And we know that Meghan's sister was supposedly supposed to write a book, but yet we see nothing coming out of that camp because I think somebody has silenced her sister in a way that you and I may not conceive as being viable. So I really would like to see something come out of Meghan's sister Samantha's camp. However, perhaps she's been silenced because, again, for all intents and purposes, there's legalities, and of course they still are family. So there has to be some type of empathy there, even if it's very small. Now, there has been some talk, and I think people have said to me that Meghan's sister, Samantha, has been raising or had raised some an illegitimate child of Meghan's. Now, I hate saying that word, so it's more proper for me to say a child that Meghan had when she was younger, not married, and inexperienced in life. So she had this child, and supposedly it's been said online with various other places, and if I have that link, I certainly will put that this child was raised by Samantha Markle. And so maybe perhaps Samantha, in my opinion, may be getting some money to keep quiet, or getting some things that she may desire in life. And again, maybe it's due to her. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying maybe there's been some agreement, because you haven't heard much in terms of a book from Samantha Markle. And I do believe there'll be publishers that do want to publish the truth or some type of word coming from Samantha Markle, but yet we're not seeing it. Never mind all the other people that probably have so much to say about Meghan Markle, and not in a good way, that they feel maybe some type of apprehension to speak and come forward, because, you're talking about royals, you're talking supposedly above presidency. So if your president can get your personal information, he can just snap his fingers and get who you are, where you are, your whole entire life in literally an instant from his camp. Imagine being British royals. It's the same thing. They have access to so much information. So perhaps somebody who has the truth may not want to divulge it just yet, but understand bits and pieces are coming out, and we all know we don't need an anvil to come out of the sky and hit us on the head that Meghan Markle is not loved within the royals. Now, my last thing I want to say, and this article, I will leave this article in the description below, and I want to say that you and I, aren't really privy to know if the royals and Meghan Markle have an agreement to work together in terms of taking back the United States from from the people, from the Americans. So perhaps it is some type of political thing deeper than we know, and Meghan Markle is some type of pawn. I know it sounds so espionage and, James Patterson, like, it's a novel, if you will. But in all honesty, if Meghan was to gain some kind of traction that she likes or she wants out of some type of arrangement, and the British royals can play her to help take back the United States or have a footing by Prince Harry being here, which is really kind of strange. All of us really don't realize how odd it is to have a British royal living in the United States. Of all the world, think about it, of all the beauty in the world. And of course, he loves Africa. Supposedly, he's in LA in the United States. Grubby, fantastic, riot-ridden, diverse-ridden LA. A royal person would want to. I'm sure it's a joke. And I'm sure the truth will come out. So I am ending this video now just to let you know, just food for thought. And you and I need to be a little bit more diligent in what we see, because we're reading a lot, but understand there's people like Meghan who are benefiting from this PR. Meghan is also going to gain money by using the clout of marrying Prince Harry. What she could possibly talk about that the rest of us want to know about is beyond me. What? Fashion? I don't know. I could see if she was going to speak on being an actress and the casting couch and sexual offenses, which she never speaks about, but yet there's prominent actors and actresses speaking out against that. Think Harvey Weinstein. But yet we hear nothing from lowly little old Meghan about those things. She's more about how she can make more money and end her life in a infamous, or famous, I should say, famous status. But we will see if she ends her life, her whole living, as being infamous, not famous. There's a difference. And so right now, Meghan is infamous for using the clout of Prince Harry. I've made videos on that before. I will put the links in the descriptions. I wish you well. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one. Let me know your thoughts and how you feel about this whole thing in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.